Recording is in progress. Oh my gosh, I'm so, as I said, excited to join you here today for What's Up Universe for Friday, June the 16th. Can you believe that we are halfway through June and halfway through 2023? It is incredible to me how not only how challenging this first 6 months has been, but on our ability to be here today we've made it this far. So I think there is hope in sight in so many ways. So I'm really excited because of course we have full moon in Gemini happening this weekend. We've got the summer solstice happening. So a lot of really potent, beautiful energies that are going to be in support of us in terms of our personal lives, and everything that we're looking to be, do, and have, and create, and possibilities and our potentials, but of course in terms of our sensitivities with the unseen realms of consciousness. And we have some really great interplay from Neptune over this next week, which of course, Neptune being the planet of illusions, and it is what really entices or activates our or accentuates our connection to the non-physical world. So I think it's always a great day to be a medium, and today is no different. So as we move into this, oh my gosh, as I said, we have a lot of beautiful energies that are in support of us. We've got, of course, as we're already feeling it, I know for myself, that new moon energy is always stimulating, even days prior to it occurring in the cosmic atmosphere. And so this is again, there is a real uplifting energy. It's a beautiful energy attached to this new moon. It is an energy that's going to help us to feel optimistic about our lives, about matters of our heart, about where the future is going for all of us here. I know there's so much concern, and rightfully so, within the scope of humanity, the conditions of beautiful Mother Earth. And so this new moon is going to give wonderful energy to help us to really move into more hope, more optimism, and really honor, what has been, but more importantly, as we open up to really move into this new relationship with life. Now, that can be new relationship on a personal level, but it really is a new relationship with life, a new relationship with the unseen worlds. I think, here when we look at strong energy around any new moon, this is always reminding us of our connection to the non-physical, our connection, during new moon, very heightened energies for us to be in communion, not only with our higher self, but of course with the divine, with our angels, with our guides, with the masters that are, in support of us here on earth, that are wanting to do everything possible to help us and to move through what have been these very difficult and challenging times on so many levels. I mean, everyone is going through, everyone has a story, and so just to know and understand, everyone is going through something in terms of their life journey. Again, our souls are here for the experience, and this new moon is really calling all of us to forward, to strengthen the relationship that we have with the unseen world, and create greater balance between the physical and the non-physical. So that's really going to be a primary theme over these next few days, which means it's a time of not only planting new seeds for, as we know, a new moon is a great time to, things can get born into light. So here again, there can be a real positive energy for helping us to, manifest, and helping us to bring some things into fruition. But more importantly, this new moon, when we look at it, this is a high vibration. And so again, it is invitation for us to kind of move through, become very, continue to be very conscientious, to take their self-responsibility, to look at how can we interplay the balance between not only the physical and non-physical worlds, but the balancing of our giving and receiving, the balancing of our doing and our being. It's a real overture within these energies. Now, here within it, as I said, really high vibrational energy, which means we are really in tune with and have vast connection with the fifth realm of consciousness, which, of course, in understanding that is where the divine, the celestial body, the celestial beings exist. And so this is a great time for, it's a perfect time for communication, for opening up, for the guidance, for the direction, for the assistance, the support in helping to make those positive steps forward. And again, what's in alignment with what is more defined in terms of purpose, not from an egoic sense of purpose in terms of our material, world and what we're able to gather, but what becomes purpose based on the very reason, why we incarnated, why it is we're here, what it is our soul is looking to achieve in this lifetime, and what steps can we take that are going to benefit not only our lives on a personal level, but in highest and greatest good in terms of how we're serving, how it is that, our soul is here, what it is our soul is here to really achieve or accomplish within this lifetime. So there's massive invitation under this, under these influences for us to really begin to focus not only on our projects and our plans, but really in terms of moving into a deeper purposeful way of living that becomes a contribution of light, a contribution of support, and there's a wide awakening happening. And so, as I've said time and time again, that we mediums, we are the compassionate healers of the world. And so the invitations continue through this wide awakening for us to really move into a place of being of service. So what does that look like? And that can look in many different ways. Again, mediumship is so much more than just doing readings for people. So, but it is in the pursuit of what is our soul's calling, what is in contribution or the highest and best for everyone involved. So this is really, even through the solstice, through this new moon, there's a regeneration, so to speak, a regeneration of light, where the evolution of humanity, the evolution of our world and how it's impacting our lives becomes a big focus or a reflection for us during this time as well. So I really suggest, really keeping your journal handy over this influence of energy, writing down any aha moments, any guidance. You might even have some insight in terms of some classes and some courses. Perhaps you have a project or something, or even a challenge or a problem that you've been struggling with. Great insight over this next week. This is going to be, a lot of those instantaneous downloads, those aha moments that happen, and our ability to not only seek counsel, but to seek the solutions and to allow for life to come into clearer focus. And I think this is, primarily when we look at the energies now, we've been, it's been pretty foggy, so to speak, or we've been a little bit confused and we've been uncertain in terms of this first 6 months of 2023, where now we're coming into energies that are supporting us, that not only allowing for, our life to unfold in a more purposeful, soul-directed way, but energies that help to actually bring the clarity, to bring the nuances of information that we require in order to stay steadfast on path and steadfast, with purpose. So again, keeping a journal handy, this is going to be, when we think of journaling, we can look at this as great energy to support automatic writing. It's a great energy to do some conversation and interaction with your master guide, for you to, even put a question at the top of your journal page and just allow for that to come in, whether you are sitting down in meditation and you get the aha moment, or you're out going for a walk and enjoying the day in some way, or even just sitting and, in contemplation of the challenge at hand. So you'll just be surprised that by just, writing that question on a piece of paper or in a journal, it creates the invitation for the guidance to come in, for the aha moment to happen, for the solution to be born. So again, there's, it's just going to drop in. This is where what's so beautiful, because of this heightened connection that we have, information in terms of how to navigate, not only our inner, our spiritual yearnings, but also in terms of our outer world or our day-to-day life with greater ease. So there's great opportunity, whatever questions, whatever challenges, whatever you need, again, grab hold of that journal. Now, you're also going to want to, again, you might, as I said, might want to spend time doing some automatic writing, but you're also going to want to keep it handy even through dream state. This is really high potent energy over this next week, with the combination of the new moon and of the summer solstice, where our dream states are going to be incredibly vivid, which means that we're going to be receiving and having very clear interactions with the unseen worlds, and with our guides and angels, in a way that is going to help to bring in some of that clarity and guidance that we've been seeking, or even flashes of where life is going, or what your greater purpose is, is all about. So this is really evolutionary energy, which means that it's helping us to rise up, to lift us up, to not only plant those new seeds, but also receive the information that's going to be in support of the direction as to what it is we're here to really be, in this world, and not be in terms of, again, that egoic aspect, but to be in terms of the influences of that greater soul purpose. So a lot of information coming through the dream state. Now, of course, you can always incubate a dream as well. So again, here's that journal, put a question on the page on your journal, and go to sleep at night, and just pray and ask for there to be some clarity and guidance through your dream state in answer to that question. And opening up, journaling your dreams. And again, dreams are not linear, they're not black and white. There are our mind makes a movie picture with influences that help to ignite the purpose, or the hidden meaning of the dream. And this is a very mystical energy here over this next week as well, where again, relying on that scope of the mysticism to help to translate the dreams, and help to bring greater clarity here as well. Now, I talked a little bit last week, or I talked about astral travel being really strong. This is again, you're going to see these influences of energy, whether it is through astral travel, through meditation, or through that dream state. Very lucid dreaming here as well, which means that not only can you receive it, but in aspects of the astral body, where again, you can ask direct questions, or redirect your dream, or in a way that is going to be of benefit to you or benefit to others. So it's a really heightened state, where our entire energy field is alive. And so it's been building up. It's been, we've been feeling it, obviously. I know, like I said last night, for me, this was a real restless, couldn't settle, so many thoughts, so many ideas, so many things, pondering and questions, and looking for solutions on different things that are, happening in my world. And so this was, these energies are very influential, and that guidance is right there. And I think this is what also, as I always say, it's a great day to be a medium, but it's a great day to be a medium because there is, these energies that help to support and enliven and guide us. And because they're energies that help us to make that connection to the non-physical world with greater ease. So that's a really, I would also, encourage you to look at, acting upon any of that knowing, acting upon any of that, the practical maybe guidance that you received, the information in terms of, specifics, doing something with it's one thing to receive the guidance, but we also need to apply it. We need to be devoted to our path. We need to be disciplined on our path. We need to not just be willing. Willingness is the first step. We need to be willing to be of service, but then we also need to make that decision, because when we do that, that's when, again, we can speak, we can move, we can say progress forward on that path and purpose. So a lot of energies here that are influencing, as I said, balance into our lives, helping us to be very reflective, looking at, what sits on our heart, what do we truly desire to do, and then the information and guidance that comes forward to support what is our soul's light in this physical world. And so beautiful, if you've been holding back in any way, if you've been, maybe been stilted in terms of, your business, or been stilted in terms of the projects and things that you really have been feeling, a deep call to, this is energy that's going to invite you to be uninhibited with your authenticity, uninhibited with your deeper truths, uninhibited in how it is that you would like to help or support or even create for your life. So this is really impactful, very, very powerful energy, and the clarity that is available to us is so keen. So this, again, if you are not someone who creates the stillness in order to hear your guides and angels, you're going to be receiving that through dream state. However, that being said, I would also encourage you to not just rely on the dream state, but to actually sit down, to meditate, to invoke upon and call forward your guides and angels, and start the conversation, start receiving and opening those pathways to be able to receive the information, the guidance that you've been seeking and that you've been craving. It is there and it is available for you to access yourself. That's one of the other beautiful aspects, again, here in being the spiritual empath that we are. So here, there is a lot of, I'm going to say, as we move into this energy, even though the guidance is there, there's so much potential, there's so many possibilities. There's energy here that's really asking us to act with integrity, to walk our walk, and to give everything some careful consideration, for us to take a look, listening, I would say, more to the voice within, and to consider what it is we're really wanting to pursue. Again, the universe will always support whatever it is we are asking for. And so we have a real, the energy of Neptune is very strong through this next week, through that, not only the new moon, but of course is through the summer solstice. And again, Neptune is the planet of illusions and dreams and everything spiritual. It's highly active energy. And what it does is it can create, let's say, a little bit of fogginess, a little bit of wavering, a little bit of questioning of things. So questioning what we're receiving, which means that through this fogginess and through the confusion, even though we're getting clarity, is that there can be this energy that really makes it feel challenging, in terms of what we're receiving from our guides, or again, even the information, how to proceed forward. So this is, again, the invitations here. We need to be mindful, because again, as much as we're seeking it, as soon as Neptune gets involved, things can, it's like it clouds things a little bit for us. So again, everything that you're doing, your space and energy clearings, doing your daily expansion, all of those things that help to lift you up through that veil of energy, that is going to, is really going to help for that as well. Now, because Neptune's involved, as I said, there's some confusion here, which means trust issues are at play, which means trusting what we're receiving, trusting that we know what is in our highest and best, trusting that our abilities, not only honoring our connection with the other side, but of course honoring that connection with the other side, looking at, that trust factor. So we want to understand that where trust is born, of course, is in that first energy center where we get into the root. So I would also encourage you, because of this Neptunian energy and where distrust can, can register. Now, distrust registers in the third eye. It really creates the barrier, the confusion, etc. So again, we look at balancing within the root, so that within that first energy center, so that that energy is birthing trust, and it's moving up through all of our other energy centers in support of it, right? So it is the like the eliminate how to eliminate distrust is to activate the trust within the root. So again, anything you can do to tend to your energy body, to tend to balancing and aligning your spiritual energy centers, looking to get so that they're engaged and they're open, so that your receiving energy is clearer for you. So again, I want to say, if we're not careful, and we're not becoming practiced in this, and we're not attentive to our energy body, this disruption of Neptune can, make things sometimes more challenging than what it needs to be. So trust is a major, major influence here, or invitation to all of us here, trusting everything, trusting the voice within, as I said, trusting our guides and angels, trusting what we're receiving, trusting in our ability to achieve and accomplish, to overcome, etc. So again, this is really where we look at, yes, there can be the fogginess that's created from Neptune, but this is the way the universe encourages us to fall forward into trust. Listen, especially when it comes to the next phase, or this next step, it's the very thing that says of what we're hearing and what we're seeing and what we're receiving from the non-physical world, so that we can be more connected. And it's so interesting how those beautiful vibrations and energies seem to counteract what it is we're trying to do, but are the very things that are create the invitations for us to become more skilled, more practiced, more attentive, more conscientious. And again, this overall theme where we're looking at needing to walk the walk, where we're sitting with integrity, authenticity, and we're following through on what is most important to us. So here again, this is, remember, you've got this. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. There is nothing but love and support and help available to you, no matter what it is that whatever challenges that are arising. Again, we are in partnership under this new moon. Everything is about nurturing our relationships, nurturing our communication, nurturing anywhere we've been lost. Again, we're finding ourselves. Anywhere we've been confused, we're getting the clarity. I mean, I think it's great energy, and I love again how we have so much assistance always available to us. So again, over this next week, as we look at some of those things that are coming up, those challenges under this new moon, this is about making some headway. Yes, there is some karma. We are always moving through karma, and so again, where the new moon is, we have karma coming in. We've got some great influences from Saturn that are helping us with that. But again, we're looking at expanding our lives, expanding our potentials, expanding the quality of our experiences with the unseen world, and helping us to grow at the soul level, where we're expanding in consciousness, expanding in awareness, which are energies that are allowing us to really move into this new beginning that we are in here. And that's really, again, where this energy sits, where we are this new beginning, so that we are making some headway. We are in a place of manifestation, and we're working in harmony with the universe, and of course utilizing that connection to the realms of consciousness to help us all the way through. So this is helping us to navigate this earth, navigate this world, navigate the challenges of being human, and reminding us that we need to listen. We need to listen. We need to balance. We need to follow through and share the messages that we have to share. So again, thank you for tuning in. That's where the energy sits for us today. And again, so supportive, so loving. And so be kind to yourself. You've got this. Again, anything you can do to nurture your energy, do your space and energy clearings, do your energy, with your work with your energy body, and you're going to see, you're going to be able to find some ease as we move through this very potent, very beautiful energy.